future of the NHS is completely dependent on an effective primary care service. That's going to deliver prevention, and it's going to mean that we can achieve much better value for our populations. Key to that is going to be general practice delivered at scale, collaboratively.
I also think for practices, for general practice to really be this core component of the transformation of the NHS, they need to be working together, they need to be working collectively, they need to be learning and sharing and having that collective voice. And I think by working together, they can achieve so much more than they can do by lots of individual units. And I think that's something that we as commissioners really want to support.
I think there's two parts to the vision. I think firstly, it's about not being so head down in our individual practices, but actually working with our neighbouring practices to deliver services more at scale and more equitably across the whole patch. And then I think it's about making sure that general practice is right at the heart of the local care networks and forming really good, strong, integrated relationships with the other providers in our area, the voluntary sector, social care, the main hospitals, so that we can work together to improve patient experience.
Please come in. Thank you.
So holistic assessment is a top-to-toe MOT for anybody who's over 65. It can take place in the GP surgery or go and see patients at home. It's a clinical assessment, so we do their blood pressure, we look at their feet, we ask them how their eyesight is, but we also ask them how they're feeling and gradually draw a picture of what their life is like.
What can we do to help?
Well, I need advice how to get up.
If things come up that need a little bit more delving into, integrated care manager like myself will get involved with the person and be creative, look into that person's problems that they might be having.
So what we'll do is I'll contact the physiotherapist and maybe the occupational therapist as well.
And I think it really makes an impact on keeping people safe at home, independent in what they want to do, not what we want them to do, but listening to how they want to spend their life.
A community multidisciplinary team is a group of professionals, and that includes general practice professionals and primary care professionals, so that might be practice nurses, general practitioners. It involves specialists from the hospital, so we have a geriatrician attend. It involves allied specialities such as speech and language therapists, physiotherapists, as well as social care professionals, district nurses, and really any professional that's working around the patient in the community. We're able to coordinate care in a really joined up way around people.
What we have a team we call the Rapid Response Team, which is a mixture of clinicians and non-clinicians working together who can respond rapidly to the need of the patient. So one of the benefits for me as a GP is the geriatrician hotline, which now affords me the opportunity to be able to get prompt advice from my colleagues in hospital about elderly patients.
We know that the transformation programme that we're just beginning is not just about general practice. What we need is general practice to have a seat at that table and to contribute to the conversations that are taking place about how we're really going to deliver care outside of the acute hospital setting in the future. That's going to require a much more multidisciplinary approach, and we really need effective leadership from general practice in starting to help us develop the ideas that we have so that the care that patients receive in the end will really work for them.